Welcome to Data Project Hub. In today's video, we will solve another SQL interview question. The question is, write SQL to turn the columns English, Maths and Science into rows. It should display marks for each student for each subject in single column. And also one condition is given in the question, that is not using pivot function. Let us query the table and then let us see how we can execute query for the same. So this is the table that we are going to use. The table is student underscore info. Let me execute that. So we have a table where we have four columns. The first column is student name, second column is the particular subject English, third column is max, and the final column is science. And the value corresponding to each of the row column combination is the mark obtained by that particular student. Now we have to write a SQL to turn the column English, math and science into rows. So we have to actually convert this row such that we have two new columns other than student name. So we will have three columns in total. That is, the first column is student name, second column will be the particular subject, and the third column will be the mark corresponding to that student and subject. And in the question, it's given not using unpivot function, because normally whenever we see data of similar structure, the first approach that we will be taking to solve similar question will be unpivoting the data. But here it is given that without using unpivot function, we have to solve the question. So here we will be adopting another method to unpivot the data and finally obtain a result such that we have a student name, the second column will be subject, and third column will be mark. We will start with a select clause, and before writing the column name, let me write a from clause. So the table is student underscore info. Now we have to obtain the first column. The first column is student name, that is student underscore name. The second column will be the subject column. So corresponding to that subject, we are going to take the first subject, which is English. English as subject. So this is the second column. And the third column will be the mark corresponding to that subject. So here in the input table, we have a column called as English with the mark corresponding to English. So the same column we are going to take over here. That is English as marks. So this is the first query. So execute this and we will have mark for that particular subject. That is student name, subject and mark. Now we will repeat the same thing for the other two subjects, which are max and science. So let me copy the same query once again, paste it over here, once again paste it here, and we will change the English to max, and here also the column name will be changed to max. And the third query, we will change the English to science, and here also English will be changed to science, because we have the mark corresponding to science in the science column. Now we have three separate queries with the mark corresponding to each subjects. Now we have to simply write a union all clause between all the three queries. Now simply write a union all clause. Now execute the complete query and see what is the result we are going to get. Now we have successfully obtained our result such that we have the first column, which is the student name, second column, which is the subject, and third column, which is the marks column corresponding to that particular subject and student. This is the first method. And the second method will be the common method, which is using the unpivot function only. So the solution using unpivot function also I have already prepared. So let me take you through that as well. So here is the solution using unpivot function. So using unpivot function, so we will have a inner query where we select the required columns from the student underscore info table. So the required columns are student name, English, maths and science. Then we are giving an alias name as P. Whatever alias name you would like to give, you can give, no problem. And this is the important part where we are using the unpivot function. So we have an unpivot function written here, then open and close parenthesis, and here we have to specify the new column name, which is called as the marks, where we are going to specify the values from that input table. And marks for subject will be the other column which we are going to basically unpivot. So subject, in these are the columns which basically we are unpivoting: English, maths and science. So that should be within a parenthesis, and close the parenthesis and give a alias name. Then after that, at the beginning of the query, simply write a select star from that entire query which we completed. Also we can specify the column names also here. It is not necessary that we should always specify star. We can also use the column names such that student underscore name, comma, subject, and the third column is marks. Now if we run this query, we will get the same result. Yeah, we have the same result where we have the first column as student name, second column as subject name, and third column as mark. And one of the advantage of the first query was there was nothing to memorize in that query, because even the syntax was not complex compared to unpivot function. When and where to apply this mostly depend upon the complexity of the query, then the structure of the database, however database is going to interpret this query and create execution plan for the same. So the choice mainly depends upon the particular requirement that you are going to work. So these are the two methods to solve the question. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe for more. Thank you.